Guys, I cut open one of these cedar boards and there was a whole family of carpenter bees living inside.
Is there a bee coming out?
Yeah, there's another one coming out too. So I think that's what, 5 so far?
Let me see. 1, 2.
Well, unfortunately, I am indeed about to run out of boards, so let's see if we can find some more. In the middle of one of the junkiest spots on this property are some of the nicest boards I've got right up under this tin right here. That's what caused that kickback right there, that pine knot. What are you doing?
I'm trimming around the window.
Okay.
I'm trimming around the
What do you have?
A box of nails.
How many nails are in there?
1,000.
Are you sure that's an awfully small box?
I'm sure.
How'd they fit so many nails in there?
I don't know. They're stuck together, like you said.
They're just stuck together?
Yeah.
A lot of nails. Well guys, I am happy to report that I managed to finish the floor as well as these two windows that you see behind me here. Let's check out the floor. We'll just start back here in this corner here. But that's it. We are finally finished wall to wall with this floor. On one of the videos I mentioned what types of wood was on this floor, but I'm going to go over it again. So here we've got pine. It's mostly pine. Our goal was to have it basically a pine floor with the rest of these varieties of wood, kind of breaking up that pine pattern. So we've got pine right over here. Those two boards are pine. That's a tulip poplar. That's another pine. That's black walnut right there. Another pine, black walnut. Another, well, that's a cedar actually. That's another tulip poplar, and there is also a Bradford pear kind of strewn out, and some sourwood. Actually, I think it's just sourwood. Here it is right here. There it is right there. And there's a few of those, not a whole lot. So this project is very slowly coming along, thankfully. We still got the trim to do around the doors there. Got some molding or trim or whatever you want to call it to do in the corners. This right over here is actually going to be a bookcase, a permanent bookcase to the wall. And since that's going to be a bookcase, I just kind of put a big wide board back here. I didn't really have to make multicolor on that one. And that couch is going to be off of the wall a little bit. Going to have that covered up as well. And the big project is going to be that little wall right there, including that door and stuff. And at that point it'll be done. So working on this house, there have been quite a few challenges, and I've mentioned on the channel before that this house was set up on this property about 45 years ago, but before that it was a very old church, probably 125 or so years old. So you can imagine that not a whole lot in this house is quite square, and these windows right here were no exception. Now, in all transparency, the window frames, I actually framed those up myself, so I think maybe I contributed to this problem, but the window wasn't quite sitting straight in this frame here, and I seem to remember when I put the windows in, when my dad and I put these windows in, I feel like I remember thinking, well, it's not quite right, but I can deal with that later. Well, this was the day I had to deal with it. I basically had to trim up this window so that the trim covered the unsquareness and the trim made everything look square. And I'm very happy at the way that it turned out. I think it looks phenomenal. I'm super happy to not have those awful stickers on these windows anymore. And I'm just happy to have something in the house that looks finished, because this has been kind of a very long project, what with us not being here a whole lot, and I'm glad that something looks finished. If any of y'all were really paying close attention to the video, you may have noticed that 2 of these pieces of trim actually changed colors between shots. So basically what happened is I put 2 of these boards up here. This is blue stain pine. And then we decided we didn't like it because it didn't match the other one. The other one, the trim around it is just standard yellow pine. This blue stain pine didn't match when they were right next to one another. So I yanked both of those down, put up new, and I didn't show any of that stuff. It just kind of got tedious. But anyway, so that's what happened there. But anyway, I'm really happy at the way that it turned out. That's staying in the video. But what I'm most happy with is that this floor is finished. So there's about 42 rows, I believe, rows of boards on this floor, and it takes about 30 minutes per row to do, because there's cutting, there's liquid nails, there's nailing, there's all of this stuff that has to be done per board. It just takes a long time. So minimum of 30 minutes, and you could kind of guesstimate 21 hours there. I think in reality it's probably closer to 30 to 40 hours if I were to just do it and not stop until it was done. Very tedious floor, but man, I am thrilled at the way that it turned out, and I think we're going to get a lot of good years of use out of this floor. Makes the room a whole lot brighter, makes it look more finished, and it's extremely unique. I'm very happy with the way that it turned out. But anyhow, that's going to do it for this video, guys. I appreciate you watching. Right now we're getting very close to the end of my seminary degree, so we're back and forth a whole bunch, and I'll try to keep y'all updated with that. Besides that, thank y'all for watching. I'll see y'all on the next one.